So officially, welcome and congrats for becoming the national finalist of this UXpert competition. We liked your presentation, and definitely that is one of the core reasons because of which you are here with us. In next few minutes, I'll just walk you through few basic guidelines, okay, that you will have to follow in next 40-45 minutes, and which will definitely give you an idea of how about we should be taking it forward. Okay, so these are basically, first of all, the time related guidelines. Okay, we will start with a basic introduction of, we would start with our introduction first, then we would request you to introduce yourself. Okay, once we are introduced, with each other, once we know, and once the environment is very calm and composed, we will start with your presentation, the duration for which is 20 minutes. So in the email it was given 15, but then we realized that for both part 1 and part 2, 20-minute would be a good enough time. So that is how we have taken it forward. After the presentation round, there is going to be a Q&A session, which is going to be both way. We would definitely, start with that. We would have a quick, we would be having a lot of questions, that we would be asking your team. Finally, it's totally, your call. If you have any questions, you can also ask us. No issues. Talking about general rules, number one, as it clearly says, stay focused, stay relaxed. So whatever the protocol that might be for a corporate competition presentation in front of the core team, stay very calm and composed. Okay, no, not really need to follow, except for the formers that we have asked you to put on. Uh, Please keep your cameras on all the time, because so that we can see when you're actually answering the question, right? The third thing is, obviously, out of four of you, there would be one person who would be sharing his or her screen to present the entire deck. If there is any network issue, maybe we can wait for the same person. That is not a problem. It's a team's call. And if another person wants to take over, that is also up to the team's call. So what I want to, or what we want to tell you is that next 1 hour of time is totally yours. Okay, utilize it at your comfortable level. Okay, it's totally yours. Make your call, right? Finally, you should also be understanding what is the evaluation criteria on the basis of which we would be evaluating a presentation, your deck as a whole. The first thing is basically the backbone of this entire competition, that is a user experience. Okay, what is the flow that we have created? Your redesigning, redefining of the entire structure, and that is the first thing. Second thing is a real world or real time applicability. So a solution should be something which is okay, beautiful, good, but also applicable, or the possibility of implementing in real time world is very much positive. Okay, that is the second thing. Third thing, it goes by default as an MBA student, the business understanding. Okay. The fourth thing is obviously your attention to detail, your in-depth analysis of what you have done to our assessments and to the entire journey in itself. Okay. And finally, for the next 20 minutes that you have, your presentation and delivery. As far as this slide is concerned, any question from that the team has? All cool, all okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are.
All
Okay,
good.
that is really good. Now, what I would do is I would request Abhishek sir to start with the team's introduction and with his introduction, first of all.
Yeah, thank you, Ayush. Let me warn you also. I have a 1.5-year-old in my house, so she decides to scream when she decides to scream. I have almost no control over it, so let me apologize upfront. And that's, I think, what work from home is all about. So I think the first thing that or the last thing that Ayush said is all cool, right? The idea is don't carry the pressure of a competition. Express yourself. Um, you know, uh, have fun when you're presenting, right? Because then truly the solution that you have thought about when you were relaxed, right? You're probably sitting in your rooms, or on Zoom call and relaxed, sitting in your rooms and working on this idea. Uh, so try to facilitate something like that, where this is a business discussion. It's essentially 6 MBAs sitting together and doing a discussion, or more, 7, sorry. 3 of them have completed, 4 is in progress, right? um, and I think the key thing around the network piece, uh, while we've not had that problem till now and hope we don't, in case we, get disconnected or whatever, please don't worry. Nothing will change. We'll start from the same point. If you want to wait for the same presenter, for he or she, we will wait, no problem. If somebody else wants to pick up, that's also fine. We've kept extra time, and we're okay to extend 5-10 minutes here or there. Right, this is how the world is working right now. We just all have to be very flexible around it. Right, so don't worry, particularly around that. Right. I think now coming to my introduction, like most of us, being an engineer, I was an engineer long time back. I started off. I was a different engineer. I was an environmental engineer. I worked in depth in my field for a very long period of time. So that ways I'm very different. Most engineers don't actually work in their engineering field. I had I think the privilege to work in that area for about 10 to 12 years. So right on cue, as I was saying, did I get disconnected?
Yes, sir.
Right, so right on cue. So I got disconnected. I don't know. A Zoom app just decided to restart itself. So yeah, sorry. Let me continue back with my introduction. So yeah, I've been, I think, very privileged to have worked in my field for that long. Mentoring and coaching people has been a big passion of mine for a very long period of time. I do it at all my alma maters, whether it's TC, Georgia Tech, or ISB. And I've done it in every workplace that I have worked at. So may it be Accenture or Apple. And yeah, I think a couple of reflections back in life. Studied far too much in life. Started entrepreneurship too late in life. Should have been an entrepreneur at 35. Should have been one at 25. Um, and yeah, I'm a massive sports fanatic. Watch all sports. Not so sure about football, but I watch everything else. So if there are some football fans, I'm sorry. Um, and but I still like Liverpool, so I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. And yeah, I'm really personally really looking forward to your presentation and that. So yeah, been CEO and co-founder of MBA Tech for now more than 2 years. Probably the best decision I've made in my life. So yep, that's me, Abhishek. So Ayushi, you want to go ahead?
Yeah, thank you, sir. So I'm the business head for Institute and Student Vertical at MBA Track, associated with MBA Track from last 4 years. Started my journey as an intern, got a PPO, and yeah, so from there worked in both B2B vertical, B2C vertical, created products also. So this is also mentored many students. So this is the beauty of working in a startup, that you work across different domains in different type of profiles with different type of stakeholders. So anybody who is thinking about working in a startup, then I would definitely say that, it's a great opportunity that one can get. So yeah, that's all about me. Ayush?
Yeah, thank you, Ayushi. Hi, everyone. I am Ayush, and I work as a product and business development manager here at MBA Trek. I recently completed my MBA from IIM Kashipur. I have across, I believe, around 3 years of experience of working in edtech industry and in startups. So for first 2 years, I had my own startup. For next 5 or 6 months, I worked in a startup in Kota, Rajasthan, and then I'm working for MBA Trek. Just like Ayushi, I was also one of the interns last year at MBA Trek and got my final offer from here itself. And yeah, just like Abhishek sir, I also love mentoring and coaching people, and I believe this is how we all stay connected, and this is what we all believe in, because of which we all are here, in just one room, that is MBA Trek. So now looking forward to your introduction. Yeah.
So shall I start? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So first of all, thank you so much for relaxing us and making us this comfortable. So talking about myself, I am from the cleanest city of India, that is Indore, MP. And I have done my graduation from here itself, from the Indore University, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya. And I've completed my BBA from here. And I've not worked any time before, so I'm a fresher. And now currently I'm pursuing my MBA from Goa Institute of Management. So that's about me.
Certainly. And like Ossia, I too have pursued BBA. It was from Symbiosis University, post which I pursued a career in operations from Oberoi's in Mumbai, where I got a first-hand experience on customer experience. And post that, I'm here pursuing a specialization in marketing. Kapil, you're not audible.
Kapil, not audible.
Shashank, by that time, you can continue.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll move on till now. So, hello everyone. My name is Shashank, and basically my native place is Bihar. But since I belong to a defense background, so I lived in many different places. Like I was born in Jammu, been to Delhi, Nashik. Then I'm in Bangalore since like last 10 years. So I've done my graduation in engineering. In electronics and communication, and from there on, I moved on to join Capgemini. So one of the things which I really love to do, first of all, sports fanatic. I do follow different sports. Abhishek sir said Liverpool. I'll say I'm a fan of Chelsea. So it's again that makes sense to everyone else here. So then I do follow all the sports. I have represented my college in softball. I have played. I've represented my project. I mean, when I was in Capgemini in cricket at corporate level. So these are certain things I really do like. Then I do write poems and do love to recite those too in Hindi. So that will be all from my end. So thank you.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, Kapil.
Yes, yes, you're.
So I'm Kapil Mohan Tripathi, and I have a similar background as Shashank. We both from same school, and I'm from Kanpur, but I have lived all through India, from be it a small town in the Madhya Pradesh called Amla, and a major metropolitan city as Bangalore. And I've completed my education from sixth standard till my degree by engineering from Bangalore itself. And post which I have worked in a startup called as Perfuse Software Solutions. They were into analytics and made products for lending, such as State Bank of India, NBFCs, fintechs. And post which I have joined GIM, and currently I am a marketing major, and I'm looking forward to a great experience in GIM if I ever come to Goa. Thank you.
That is great. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Now, what I'll do is, if I may ask, which one of you is going to share the screen?
I will be sharing the screen.
Okay, Kapil. That is great. So I'll stop sharing my screen now. I have given you the sharing rights. Okay. In the 20 minutes of time, I'll remind you after 10 minutes and 15 minutes, that you have this much of time left to also give you an idea that, okay, if you're lagging, you will get an idea that you need to pick up. Okay. So any other question still do you have? Can we start with the presentation?
Yeah, we can start.
So the stage is all yours. All the best.
Thank you.
Is everything fine? Is the screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, good to go.
So, having already given our introductions, we are Kings of Trek from GIM. And given we are so focused on creating a very smooth user experience, we have decided to inculcate some of it in our presentation as well. As you may see, we have certain navigational tools. For presentation, the home button, and for the two parts of presentation, we have easy access buttons. However, for now, we would be presenting the same. We have decided to divide our presentation in two parts. The first part would show the user journey with the help of flowcharts, and then the UI, user interface, then marketing strategies and budgeting strategies. And part two would have each of our experience and opinions on the different products that we have used as part of the activity 2. So part 1, the flowchart. Yes, so we have decided that once we log in into screen, that is the vision of our app. Once we log in, we get to see the 4 options through which we can do so via emails, Google, LinkedIn, and via mobile OTP. Post which we would get an option to select a segment. By segment, I mean if someone is a working professional or postgraduate, etc. Then further, we would get to even more specialize and choose our work experience by duration, the current PG specialization, and the UG specialization. And post that, we would get to select whichever tool we want to access, that of MBA Trek. And after that, with the help of questions curated by experts, exams curated by experts, we would get a result based on AI generated and feedback of the same. However, the results generated would only give a brief for free users. In order to access the detailed analysis, we would need to purchase the MBA Trek Premium. Now, what this would contain, the features of the same would be one-on-one feedback, resume builder, personalized mentorship, mock interviews and GD, company's exam preparation, the one we have for aptitude exams and such, and industry and market analysis. Now my colleague Kapil would be starting with the user interface.
Thank you, Sakshi. So not everything is for the paid user. So we went and checked a lot of different providers such as MyCaptain, Simplilearn, and other platforms, similar platforms. And one thing we saw that if we need to compete, then there should be something which is for the free users, because the product we accessed were all paid. And therefore we decided to devise an app which will have something for the free users. And then if he wants to dig in deeper, if he wants to avail more services, then he will have to go for a premium version. So using the same idea and the UI design principles, we have come up with our app. So I will now show you what are the design principles we used. The 4 being simple interface, color and texture, consistency, and communication. So it should be a very simple interface. It should be colorful, which is soothing to the eyes and to the user. And consistency means that the same experience should flow throughout the app, and the app should look as a one single unit and not as discrete parts. And communication means that every part, everything should tell the user that we are there to help you in your preparation of your career. Now, looking at what we are going to offer, we have 2 different offerings in the app. The first being Career Companion. So we are going to mentor you, we are going to prepare you, and you can prepare yourself through assessments. And the second one is communication. So in the chat option in the app, you can communicate with the mentors, you can share feedback, and you can contact them anytime. And they have the flexibility to respond at any time they want, at their convenience. Now this is the welcome screen. So this is the screen that comes first when the user installs the app for the first time, or there is a new update in the App Store. So currently we have a single screen, but as and when the offerings increase or we have more updates, this screen will become scrollable. We can scroll to the right and to the left, and it will give a user the idea what all the updates have come or what are the offerings that we are currently offering. And the background is honeydew white, which is F00FF0. And then the icons and the background follows a gold and black color, because we want to give a rich and premium experience to the user. And also, if you see the logo of MBA Trek, the same gold has also been used in the triangle. Now, as I already explained by Sakshi, the user journey. Now is the time to see how that user journey flows to the UI. So as you can see, the user has the option to log in through email or mobile, and also through LinkedIn or Google. And in case he forgot the password, then he will be given redirected to a OTP page where he will key in his mobile or email. He will receive an OTP. Then subsequent steps are like he will update his password and then he can log in. Now there are 3 sections, because you want to take data of the user. You want to know him better so that we can have a customized home screen for the user and customized offerings. So we will ask him what are you currently doing. You are working, you are in undergraduation or post-graduation. Now, if he chooses PG option, then we will ask him what is he currently studying. So we have listed 6 options. But if you do more research and see that there is a feasibility for more other options too, we will list them too. And then once he has chosen that he is doing PG, then he will ask him, okay, then what do you want from MBA track? What are your aspirations that you want to prepare for GD or internship or upskilling? And this multiple scrollable screen that you're seeing here is also customized, because the offering for a UG will different from a MBA graduate, from MTech graduate, from a MS graduate. Correct. Now, when he chooses that he wants GD prep, he wants job interviews, he wants placement preparation, then this screen will come. And now, if you see, the first part is this first bar of the page, and yeah, this is the user profile screen. This is a search option. If you can search, like he wants to watch some videos or job updates or interview prep, and this is a notification. The notification will tell him that, okay, this is a case study competition which is coming up. Do you have this scheduled meeting with the mentor? You have no new message, new resources, new videos, no features. And this is a technical support part that you can contact the customer, and FNQs, which are very much needed for any user. Now the first part is preparation and exploration. This is the things that is opted for in the first page. And also, if he has skipped that part altogether, then also we will show him the best, the most chosen options. Like if he has not gone through this three screens, profiling screens, then also we will show him some options which everybody uses. Correct. And explore part is something which we are trying to offer free to the customer so that he can explore our app. And going next is the card section. So if there is something which needs attention, then you will put a card there that, okay, you have not taken the assessment, take the assessment. There's a mentor appointment coming up, take the mentor appointment. And the next part is courses. So depending upon his, like if you use ML and AI, and then you will see what is currently targeting at. If he wants to learn a business analytics course, then you will tell him, okay, these are the best websites offering business analytics course. And then you can go and choose your like course there. Also, if we in the future we have an option where we can have our own videos, then you will display our videos here. And then we have used the option of multiple screens, the multiple screens being dashboard, chats, videos, and blogs. Now we will see what all these multiple screens have in their pocket. So the first one is the dashboard section. So this every user, even if it's a paid user or a free user, he will find all these options such as cheat sheet, flashcard, GK builder, question of the day, your weekly performance. So in the weekly performance, he can go and he can see where in his journey with MBA track he is currently is. Correct. So for example, if he has completed his 6 months with MBA track and he has prepared this much for an upcoming job, or for example, an interview, or for example, his just preparation for an upcoming government exam or anything. So he can just see where he's currently at and what are his upcoming test performances report and his upcoming appointments. To book an appointment, he can go there, and to have take several assessments, he will come here. And flashcards will get updated. And question of the day is a very good feature where we will post 5 questions of different industries, and he will get updated every day. And this is a notification part with upcoming appointment. So if we have 2 notifications, the one which is latest will come here. So 4:30 p.m. and 12 p.m. So one which is latest will come here. And this is a chat section. So every mentorship session will open a chat section. And in the mentorship session, whatever he has talked with the mentor or he has shared a file will be in that chat session. So mentor session 11, 12, 13. Also, he can contact any mentor, and then it will appear here. Correct. And he can get the feedback, and as I told you earlier, the mentor will respond to him at his convenience. Now we went to the MBA track website and we saw what are different video library options you have. So you have bifurcated into 3 parts: interview ready, intern go, and CXO thoughts. Similarly, we have also done the same thing, and we have used the same content and tried to show you how it will look in an UI. So if he chooses interview ready, the different videos will come. Intern go, different videos will come, and also he can share directly from the app, and also save for watching later, or he can pin the video so that that video will come on the top every time. Similarly, in the blog section, if like 3 bifurcations: career preparation, job ready, CXO speak, and then he can share the blogs, and the content will get automatically updated every time. And also, if you can see the multiple screens, if there is any notification which is pertaining to that screen, for example, there is a new message or there is a new video, so it will appear here, like a dot or 1 or 2. So there are multiples. It will be like 3 or 4, and if there is a single, it will be a dot that you have a notification. Now we will see the journey from beginning to the end. So this is a welcome screen. This is a login screen. This is a profiling screen. Profiling screen 2. Profiling screen 3. This is the home screen. This is a dashboard. This is a chat screen. This is video screen, and this is a blog screen. So what we have revised is, for any free user also, there are a set of things which will be free. And when he digs deeper, when he wants to have a like one-to-one mentorship session, or he wants to access premium features, then he will have to pay. And otherwise, some of the things such as blogs and videos, which are free, which are made free by us, will be available to him. And also, as a marketing strategy or as a first-time user, we can offer some sessions free for the user, such as a single session, so that he can have a taste of what we are currently offering. So now Shashank will take forward the user acquisition strategy.
Yeah, so thank you.
Before we continue, we have exhausted 11 minutes. 9 minutes are still remaining. Okay.
Sure. So now, thank you, Sakshi, and thank you, Kapil. So now we have the blueprint through the flowchart, and we have the product through the UIs. So now let's talk about the user acquisition strategy, the target which we have of to get 1 million users within a year. So for that, we have come up with certain marketing strategies of ours. So the first one will be we'll be targeting top colleges in the country, which offer graduate and postgraduate courses, because we believe that's where our original half of our original audience lies. Then we have planned to target Google keywords, because we want to come on top of Google search. Since the competition is high, if we want to bring a change, if we want to top that chart, we have to top this chart too. So we'll be targeting on paid online advertisements too, for the same reason. And then we have also planned to sponsor college events related to placement and placement trainings. Plus, to get that personalized reach within the college, we have planned that we'll be hosting campus program, just like D2C Ignite program, which we have for Dare to Compete website. So after this, we have, as we have already seen the UI screens, we have seen that we'll be collaborating with several training academies and the online educational platforms like Udemy, Simplilearn, where we'll put our premium features on discounted rates. That's the collaboration we are talking about. Then the next 4 points are something which to make user interface and so that we make user much friendly about this. So we'll keep on we'll moderate the process and keep a check on the online activities or whichever happens on our website. Then we'll try to attract as many consumers as possible through the free basic module, as we've already discussed. And then through that, we'll make sure that we'll redirect our users to our apps and from the Play Store and the app stores. Then we'll recruit an app infrastructure team to cater the customers' concerns and complaints, so that users will never feel that we are not connected with them. So there will be a service line agreement to that within a certain time limit, only the team will have to respond to the complaints and the concerns. Then we'll make sure the website and apps will always be optimized. So now, after all this marketing strategy, we have just divided those into ATL and BTL strategies, the way we are going to move forward. So ATL will be going for paid and organic search on the Google. Then for BTL, we have all the sponsorships and the collaborations. So this is just the bifurcation. Then talking about the promotions, in order to reach, we have to reach 1 million users within a year. So we are following 6M marketing communication framework. So our mission is to reach 1 million audience, and the market is students and working professionals. So, and since we've already talked about the medias, that which all medias will be targeting, those will be online and offline both. Then the message that we are coming with is career prep at every step. That's what we want to tell our users. The criteria for measurement of our own performance, these are certain things which we have come up with. We'll keep a check on user engagement on the app, number of assessments taken through app, then the growth rate of customer acquisition, the number of app downloads, and the app ratings on different platforms. Then the money that we have calculated for all the marketing strategy costs around 11.9 lakhs. So to get that calculation a bit, we have said that we'll hosting campus ambassador program, where we'll be divide the nation into 5 different regions: north, south, east, west, and center. And then from each region we'll be giving award to 15 best performers. So that will cost us around 1.5 lakhs. Then the social media marketing cost is something that we have planned that social media marketing will outsource you to some agency. On an average, that costs around 70,000 per month. So annual cost will go for around 8.4 lakhs. Then the cost of sponsorship and the collaborations with the other platforms goes for around 2 lakhs. So to total, if you'll see that will go around 11.9 lakhs. After this, we moved on and we decided what will be our total cost and what will be our break-even analysis, how much users we have to retain, how much we have to get so that we'll reach the break-even point. So the
5
cost of,
minutes, Shashank.
okay, so the cost of making the new app, it will go around 15 lakhs. The app development is something again we'll be outsourcing. Then the cost of hiring new talent, which will be a full stack and the full stack team and the infrastructure team, that will cost around 60 lakhs. Marketing cost already discussed 11.9. So the total cost will go around 11.9, 86.9 lakhs. So now we have planned that on an average for the premium users we'll charge rupees 1500 per year. So that will give us around 5794 users we have to get to reach the break-even point. So talking about the free users conversion to premium, we have taken two different rates. If the conversion rate is 2% or the 5%. So when the this is the break-even analysis. If we are able to get this 1 million number, then we'll be in a profit no matter what's the conversion rate. So if you go to the next slide, we'll see that the graph will tell that if we'll go talking about the 5% conversion rate, we need around 1.5 lakhs, 1.5 lakhs total downloads. So that with the 5% conversion ratio also will reach the break even. And for the 2% conversion ratio, we need around 3 lakhs of that number. So from now, my friend, our colleague Ossia will tell you more about part 2 and our analysis, what we have done. Over to you, Ossia.
Thank you, Shashank. So moving on to our second part of the presentation, we have 4 assessments. The first one being the industry suggester. So the first, which is mainly for the job seekers, young professionals, and fresh graduates. So these are mainly for the people who are like confused as to which industry fits best for them, and it does give them the personalized overview based on their personality and the potential they persist. So, those improvements are more specific and detailed feedbacks can improve the user performance and their experience. Use of proper navigational instructions and symbols can simplify the user journey. Moving on to the second assessment, that is internship analysis. So the users of this assessment would be the students who have already completed the summer internships. So the analysis of their own internship experience can be used for their final placements. And an elaborated report of recommendations in regard of specific areas to work should be provided via mail, so that this report they can use for their like future reference also it is available. Now moving on to the third assessment. So it is the interview booster. So the job seekers and fresh graduates who are looking for the interview guidance are catered through all-round preparedness and performance readiness through the evaluation results that this assessment provides to the users of this assessment, like after they have taken this assessment. Now for simplifying the user journey, more payment options for paying the subscription fees can be added so that it makes easy for the consumers here. Now moving on to the last and final assessment is the right type of organization. So audience that will be catered through this assessment will be the young professionals, like who are not very sure about the type of work and culture they would like to work in. And it would also include the ones who are not satisfied in the current place or the current organization they are working in. Or a drawback here we could find is value for money. So the value for money can become a hindrance because of the high cost which can be worked upon for improving the value proposition and the user experience. Further, gamified interactive questionnaires and graphs and pictorial representations will help increase the user interaction and the detailed results provided to them. So simplifying the process for taking assessment can improve the user journey and the experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, team. Great presentation, finished right on time, 19 minutes and 50 seconds. And yeah, so we are open to questions. Ayushi, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. So in the starting, you all showcase the user journey, right? The bifurcation that you have done in the UI, right? So regarding that, so the bifurcation is okay, but what about the content? So are you guys planning to showcase the same content to all type of users, or or a different type of content?
Regarding the UI, so as I've told you, if I show you this
Mhm.
this diagram, okay, so the user has to go through our exercise. Okay, he has to go through assessment,
So,
and if he
mhm.
goes through assessment, he will get a snippet of the report, a small report. And if he wants to
Okay.
take the whole report, then he has to go for premium version. So some features such as I will show you here, such some features such as CV resume diagnostics, industry
Mhm.
analysis, company analysis. So this will be free for all the users. But if he wants to
Mhm.
have a detailed like group discussion, if he wants to have a mentorship session, then all this will be paid. Then he has to pay for those services. So how did we arrive at this?
Okay.
Because we went and saw that a few of the websites, such as competitors such as Naukri.com and other few
Mhm.
websites are offering this for free. Resume correction, resume building. So we thought that if we have to compete with everyone, so that people do not go out of the app, we have to provide everything to the user. And for things which are only a property of MBA Trek, which are unique to us, that we will keep for paid users. So the things which are available to everyone at every website, those will be free. But those which are very unique offering of MBA Trek, those will be paid. For example, if you have to contact an industry from the app, then you have to take the
Mhm.
premium, like how it happens in Naukri.com. Like you have some normal jobs which are free, but we'll provide job notification so that people who are currently free users might consider going for paid in the future. So we have so
Okay.
that yeah.
So, Kapil, so for example, if so basically if you talk about the paid section also, so basically the paid section would remain same for all type of users, right?
Yes.
The products, okay, 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 yeah. I am done, sir. Would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, I have a few questions. So first of all, I think well done, very nicely done. I think the slideshow movement of the all the screens, I think very nicely thought through. I don't know who thought through that, or maybe you put it together as a team. I think very nicely done. I think a couple of clarifications I need, and then I need some in the individual questions also. Somewhere you mentioned, I think in the acquisition piece, you said uh, driving the uh, top or targeting the top colleges. How do you define top? Is it by ranking, or is it sort of by reputation?
So basically, I'll take the question. So when we talked about the top colleges, what we meant is the colleges which are offering graduate and postgraduate courses. And it's not about the ranking, it's about more number of people wherever we'll see which the colleges which offer more, then we'll try to collaborate with them, even if it's on the ranking wise or be it the number of people. Because what right now what matters to us is acquiring more number of users. So that way we are talking about the top colleges. And to be honest, all the colleges are on the top, so that's what something we have planned on. So you're on mute, I think.
Sorry, I'll repeat. So you did mention online advertisements, right? So
Right.
you said social media marketing, online advertising. What in your mind is the customer acquisition cost you're considering for this? Because I didn't see that, so I just wanted to understand. What do you think? If you can give us a general sense per customer, what do you think we should be willing to spend to acquire a customer?
So for that, like all the online and the digital marketing, whatever we have planned, as we have said, that we went on to search on like what will be the cost. So we saw that if based on different users, based on different click through rate and the conversion rates, we could see that our cost was a bit higher as compared to if we can just outsource this to some agency, because there are in India especially there are several digital marketing agencies who are working towards that, and we saw that on an average it cost around 800 to $1,000 per month, the cost for all the same. So we thought that we'll went on with that cost, and that's the cost we have mentioned, the social media marketing cost. So per month it will be around 70,000 per month. Annual it will go around 8.4 lakhs.
Okay, but you still haven't answered my customer acquisition cost. So you've explained the rationale behind social media cost, but I'm asking you per customer. What do you think is the, for example, given an ARPU or potential ARPU of 1500 rupees, what would be the customer acquisition cost? Do I acquire them at 5 rupees, 100 rupees, 500 rupees? What should I be willing to spend to acquire a customer?
Uh,
Or maybe I think others can think about it, take some time, and then maybe at the end you can answer this as a group or individually. Um, you also did mention that you would partner with Simply Learn, Udemy, Coursera, those kinds of companies in terms of sort of driving our outreach, especially on the BTL side.
right, sir.
Now, do you believe we are in some way direct competition? Why would they sign up with someone like us?
When we thought about this, like whether we should go with the collaboration plan or not, we realized one thing, that most of these websites, they are mostly about giving us the content, not for the interview not from the interview perspective. What we are offering is to make sure people are getting ready and people are ready for the online for the interviews, career preparations. These companies basically they offer you the courses, the professional courses. So what we are offering is with our premium programs, will go to them, will have a collaboration that so that it will increase from both the end, since we'll be offering with this the same thing from this at the discounted price on their websites. So that will basically increase our outreach with this.
And sir,
Also adding to
you-
what adding to what
Yeah.
Shashank said, so by Udemy and Simply Learn, we'll get these online courses and stuff, but through our MBA track, like these assessments and all, we'll give our audience and the customers the detailed reports and all, so they'll get the analysis and they'll know the point where they are lagging, so they'll get a focused area where they need to work upon. So it is a win-win kind of a situation. That's why we thought we can collaborate with them, because people will take their courses and take the analysis from here, or maybe they can take the courses from here if they once know our website and the app. So it is a win-win situation for both of us. That's in
um,
this manner
and-
we thought of this.
yes, just one more point, that when we are designing the app, we thought that we will have these videos, training videos on the app itself. Then we thought that if we start giving these videos, it will become an edtech company in itself. With a very big edtech company, we have to have all a different department altogether of video making, and this will incur some costs initially, because I don't know what is the current growth we are looking to. If we are able to afford that kind of money, or also we are have that vision that we want to become a tech company. So we thought that initially in the offering we can have this collaboration, because it's a mutual understanding that they will go on their website from our app, and also from their app they can come up to our website.
Okay. I think final thing, by the way, I really like the break-even analysis, which was conditional on the conversion. So I think good job there. But I have a question around that. You built two scenarios. So in one case you said 2%, the other case you said 5%. So I think then therefore two questions around it. Why 2%? Why 5%? And what do you think will help drive better conversion? Can I get to 10%? Right. So I'll just repeat: 2%, 5%. Why? And what will it take to drive even far more better conversion?
Okay, so I'll take the question. So in this part, sir, we went on to, since what we have planned to offer is initially will be in the free stage, then we'll with our services we'll make sure that if people like it, they'll move on with our premium product. So there are many different companies who are already working on this range. We did some survey and research where we found that on an average the conversion ratio is 2% to 5%. That's the limit which is set. So that's why we took the worst case scenario plus the best case scenario, what usually happens from the free services to the premium services. That's the reason for why 2% and the 5%. And the question is to make sure that we'll go to the 10% conversion ratio. it will be mostly dependent upon what are the services which we'll be providing, the more and more value people will find inside with the products which we'll be offering, and the user experience, whatever they'll be having. So that is something which will become a major factor to increase this conversion ratio to 10%.
And one more thing was that we realized that since MBA is an established company, so it will have its own Salesforce team. So because the kind of Salesforce team motivation drives the company, company sales. So we thought that already it will have a Salesforce team, and therefore we did not accommodate that cost into our analysis. So if we have a very strong Salesforce team, and then with the right motivation, then I think, and a culmination of the marketing, advertising strategy, cost value proposition, then I think it is an achievable target.
So therefore, you treat it as sunk cost. Sorry, Kapil. My point was: is there therefore the sales team cost considered as sunk cost then?
Yeah,
Because
yes,
that
sir.
doesn't get factored in the break-even analysis.
Yes, sir. We thought it is already a cost which is being incurred, so we did not use this into this analysis.
Okay, cool. One final question, maybe a clarification, because I heard two different things. At the start, you said we will have a team managing the app infrastructure, right? Where you will set up an SLA so that break fixes and customer technical customer service is
Correct.
solved for and all that, right? So perfect, makes sense. But later on, you're saying this is the company we will. These are people we will hire. So just a quick word from your end. Is this tech infra team completely in-house, or is this a different model altogether?
So yeah, can I take this question?
Yeah, Kapil, go ahead.
Yeah. So what we thought was that since we are designing this app from scratch, so we thought that we will, because we are hiring we are giving this to third party because we have included this cost to make a new app. And once we have the app ready, so there are two paths we can take here. So when we are giving it to a third party, or we are taking it for ourselves. So when we have our own app in-house app, then we'll have a more bigger team. But since we need, once the app is handed over to us, we will need people to maintain the app. And also because once the app is done, then it will lead constant innovation of the product. So that is why we have included this cost to hire new talent of 12 people.
Okay. I think that answers that. Okay, perfect. I think I'm good from my end. Ayush, anything particular?
Yes, sir. So good presentation, I must say. Can we go to the first slide in which you have talked about the questions or the options that you're giving to the user, that what is the problem that you're facing, something like that. Placement. Yeah. This one. The next one. Yeah, here. So okay, the previous one where you have the crack the GD internship and all. Yeah, stick to this. Okay. So
Okay. I'm just not this one, right?
no,
No,
please
next
go
one.
next. Again, next. Again. Yeah,
This
this one.
one,
Yes.
Kapil, section 2.
No, I
For
think
the
we
user.
Yes,
now.
this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Section 2.
So see, and based on this, you are giving the section of recommendation. That is your about. The second part is exploration. The first part was. Can you now go to the next part?
So what we are trying to do is that because we have a lot of different offerings from MBA track, right? We give GD preparation, placement, resume, upskilling. So because we will not, because if we give him all the options, then the user will be confused.
No,
Should
that is
yeah.
totally okay. The point that I want to make here is a bit different. So see, I think before even you started your MBA, you already knew about the verticals, the important ones at least. That is your placement, that is your internship, that are your corporate competitions, your upskilling and everything. And after this, and you have done this job in a very beautiful way, I must say. But after that, what you are doing is even more beautiful. Question of the day, flashcards, and each and everything. But don't you think that is a knowledge app, not the journey app? When we talk about the journey app, we need to take a regular feedback. We need to ensure what is the day 1, day 2, day 3, or month 1, month 2, month 3 activity. definitely you have a lot of resources at your end. There are a lot of applications and platforms already available which can provide you with flashcards, which can provide you with, a basic gyan kind of a thing around all of these things, right? What I think the slightest part, obviously, but what is missing over here is the journey. How would you ensure that the user is engaged and is actually using these cheat sheets, these flashcards, okay,
Ah,
these questions of the day? So,
okay.
any comments onto that?
Yeah, so this part, this weekly report, because why is it called a dashboard? Because the cheat sheet that you see will not be constant, will get updated. So once he has, went on a cheat sheet, he has read it, then he has clicked on done. Then the new cheat sheet will come. And in this weekly performance report, is the screen frozen?
No, no, Kapil, it's visible.
Yeah. So in the weekly performance report section, this is a section where we will show the user how many of the quizzes, how many of the interview questions and all that he has attempted and how many more he has to attempt to be ready. So we have not like included that in our UI, but this is what we have thought and this is what we envisioned. So and everything which you see here, mentor appointment and also this session chat session thing, you see they have numbered them 13 to 11 because it will show him that everything is scheduled and at a different stage of preparation the mentorship sessions are happening. It's not like that he's taking all the mentorship session in the beginning itself. So that is why we have included all this dashboard which will be updated as when he progresses with the app. Not, it will not be constant. So therefore also if you go to the first section, if you see the notification, it is showing new resources, new messages, new videos, new features. So depending upon where is he in the journey, this will come and not, this will not be constant, so that he doesn't have to think and explore the app every time. Just we are learning, he is learning with the app and we are having a journey with the user. So that is what we have envisioned. So everything, mentor appointment, and if you can see, you have an upcoming appointment at 4:30. So every update which is the current, the latest will come here. So yeah, and the questions of the day. So depending upon where is he on the preparation level, the questions will change. For example, if he has told the mentor, or we have got to know from the app that this is what he's going for and this is the upcoming case study competition or interview, then the questions will change and also the assessments and new assessments will change.
Okay. Okay. Another question from my side, if you talk about the user acquisition strategy, okay, the user acquisition model that you have built. Now, yeah, so initially what you have proposed is basically a lot of, channels or the strategies themselves, which we should be adopting in order to acquire, 1 million user base. That is good. I think an additional detail which is very much required when when you talk about actually implementing these strategies in the real time market, what you also need to consider is how many users would you be acquiring through each and every channel that you have proposed, because it's not going to be uniform distribution, right? Through one promotional activity or through one type of a collaboration, the number of users that you acquire is different from every other channel, right? And also not every channel is going to be 12 active for the entire duration of 12 months. There is a nature of seasonality in the channel itself of acquisition, right? So in one of the strategies, you had mentioned about partnering with educational platforms, online educational platforms or some institutes. Can in just one or two lines, can you explain that point once again so that I can just ask a question on that?
Shashank, you want to answer that? Shashank, can you answer that?
Am I audible?
About the
Am I
educational
audible?
platforms, what is your idea
Hello.
regarding that?
You are audible.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, okay. So when we talk about the educational platform,
I think we lost you now.
Start from the beginning.
okay, is it okay now?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, better.
Yeah. So see, the whole idea behind what we were looking for is, am I audible, right? Because I can see network fluctuations here. So
You are completely audible. Please go on.
okay, sure, sure. So when we talk about the user acquisition from this area of different platforms, what we what we noticed was the users who are looking for the growth are where are they scattered. So these were the one places where people who are looking for growth go. They search for professional courses, they do that, and then they think of moving forward. So this was our plan, that if we'll go there, will in addition to what those platforms are offering from their end, it will give this as an additional tool too, that after the professional course you can get the you can get ready for the interviews too. You can get those industry analysis. You'll get the competencies to get prepared for the industry level too. So that's the plan we have thought. And as Osad previously said, it seems like a win-win solution situation for both of us. From their perspective too, since we'll be offering them, like from our website also they can redirect. People can redirect to theirs, and from there also they can come to ours. So that was the whole idea behind this.
Okay, okay. All right. I just have one last question. I just wanted to make you aware of this thing, that the channel distribution is basically a bit missing. Okay, to reach the 1 lakh acquisition, 1 million acquisition, sorry. How would you be able to, distribute users channel by channel? So, and that is okay, not a problem. My last question is regarding the assessments, the feedback that you have given. So in one or two of them, you have mentioned about value for money. Okay, and it's not just I think yeah. So what modification do you propose overall if we have to justify this value for money as a user? What modification do you propose?
Actually, when we did all these assessments ourselves, so we found that the price is a bit it is a bit expensive if a person has to take that assessment, and if we compare it to the results, so we just get a brief result or analysis of the assessment that we take, maybe just 3-4 lines, or just the we get the top of the news with that. So either we can offer them the detailed report or the analysis after the people take the assessment, or we can reduce the cost so that the person who is taking the assessment feels that he is not being taken extra money, or he has not been charged unfair. So that was the whole idea. So we can and if you ask about our if we propose a modified amount, so we feel it can be around 800 to 1000. We can reduce it to like this much.
I think I'm also done now. There are a few things which I liked. Obviously, the UI part, the entire journey, precisely the attention to detail that has been given to every icon and every part of the dashboard that is visible to the user. So that is something which I really loved.
Usia, would you like to answer the acquisition cost? I think you have calculated it.
Sorry?
Acquisition cost.
Yeah, so you asked the question, the first question that you asked. So can you move on to the slide, Kapil, the budget one?
Sure,
The
sure,
break-even analysis, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so we have calculated a rough cost per user. So here it is given itself in the slide, the revenue we'll get per user would be, so that our total cost would be 86,90,000, and if we divide it by the number of users, that is 5793, so we'll get around 1500 rupees. So this is what we have calculated as of now. We have not done a much detailed cost analysis, yeah, but this is what we have done. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good. Ayush, I think.
No, sir. It was a great time with the team. Any questions that you have, for us?
Not actually, sir.
For now.
Because
Okay,
we
not
have
now.
done a research on your website, and also we know much of it.
Okay, can as just as a co-founder of the business, do you think what do you think we can do better? What or rather, what do you think as a company we are missing today that we should have as a career and skill development integrated player that we want to be? We are not fully integrated right now. We will not pretend that we have solved for that right now, but we want to get there. So what do you think is missing? And you are a customer, so you have a very good insight into that.
Anyone? Can I
Shall
take
I
it?
take that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Kapil.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so when we took the assessment, as I already mentioned, so when we 4 people were taking the assessments, so what we felt that the courses or the assessments that you have offered are like really amazing. But when we used the website for the first time, so it was not it was not very user friendly. Like we had to ask each other now what is the next step that has to be taken, or like it was in all it was not very attractive and appealing also. Like when we compare it to some other website or we take an assessment from somewhere else, so for example, when we were filling the college forms, when we applied for our colleges, so we had that status bar like 70% of your application is completed. So it feels like yeah, you have done this much of part and like you are moving forward. So this is one thing that we felt. And also the feedback part, like the analysis or the results that came out after taking the assessment, they were really very precise. So we expected a much detailed report kind of thing. So that is one thing that we felt.
So yeah, after that analysis only, we thought that we will change the offerings to such a level that user is able to get a little bit of snippet of the detailed report free of cost, and then he can decide if he wants to go for the paid part, because that is what we thought was missing. If we have to go, and there was no, because we bought those 4 products, and we saw that the output of was very minimal. So that is what we wanted to propose, that you take it till there, take the user to there, offer him a snippet, and then for the any additional service that he want to take, he wants to take like a mentorship session or any paid service, then he can decide. But if he just sees that he's getting 2-3 words in the result, then he will not be like, because if you go and check the competition, then people are giving everything for free, literally. Therefore, if you want to go on head to toe with the competition, then we have to offer what they are offering, and even better, because as I already told you, the something which is unique to MBA track, it can be kept it for free. Sorry, paid. It can be paid, but something which is available everywhere, that should be free.
And supporting Kapil's point, there's this fallacy that we call as sunken cost fallacy. Once a user has invested some amount of their time, like 30 minutes or 40 minutes into attempting an assessment, and he sees a snippet of his particular results, the user would feel like, hey, I've already taken this assessment, I can see the snippet, and I think I would be able to gain a lot more value if I go for a paid service. That itself is a kind of advertisement in itself that the user has invested in, not us. So that would be a win-win situation for all of us, wherein the user would get a preview of what they could expect, and we kind of would get more users.
Okay, fair. Thank you so much. I think we are a very very fortunate company that people who come for our competitions are our interns or live project interns are actually our customers. So I think that way we are very fortunate that what feedback you provide is absolutely spot on. So thank you so much. Really appreciate that. I think personally, I think it's a big learning also for us. So good. I think Ayush, you good to go. Then we're waiting for the next team. Then
Yes, sir. It was a great time with you. Team Kings of Trek established 2020, right? And now I would request you to leave the room. So, okay.
Yeah. Same from our side. We also felt very nice and we look forward to work as your interns. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
thank you.
For your
Take
time.
care.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day ahead.
Yeah, rulers of tech for me, not kings of tech.
Yes,
Yeah.
certainly.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.